UNICA Band. UNICA, formerly as Maldita, is a Filipino pop and rock band consisting of Demz Espinosa as the main vocalist and Whey Guevara as the guitarist and composer, who formed in 2009. Their first single, Porque, became a hit song which was originally in Chavacano, then later recorded in Tagalog. Members: current Demz Espinosa vocals, Whey Guevara rhythm guitars, lyrics, 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 lyrics. Jimmy Tristan on bass, RB Bandiola lead guitars, rhythm guitars, Nico Sta, cruise drums, Jesser Sisson keyboards, former Francel de Leon vocals, Alison Ibarle vocals, Mad Nubhin drums, James Medina bass, Michael Tordisilas drums, Whey Guevara guitars/lyrics. History. Formation 2009. Whey Guevara's need for an outlet for his compositions made him look for an avenue to turn his written material into something that could entertain the public. He eventually paired up with Paulo Sangsay and conceived of the now well-known band Maldita, with its first vocalist Alison Tracy Barley. With the help of Zach Quijano of Comic Relief and Michael Tordisilas of Bad Grass, the band performed at Barangay Culianan, Zamboanga City with sessionistas, and with Michael Aziz, 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 Maldita's drummer. Through this exposure, the band was able to raise enough capital to produce their first single. They eventually wound up at Mad Media Works studio to put down their first recording, Tu Lang, with Alison Tracy doing her best to meet Whey's requirements for the melody, but to no avail. This led Whey to give the song to the band Comic Relief, where he was the bassist. Around this time, Whey, Michael, and Zach proposed a project dubbed Comic Relief Maldita back-to-back album, in collaboration with Media Works Management. Whey started compiling compositions for this project. They started recording his first song, Tu Lang, which eventually went to Comic Relief. While this was unfolding, he opted to proceed and record the acoustic single Pork. After a few weeks, a problem arose. Alison Tracy had to leave, leaving Maldita without a vocalist and only sessionistas as its musicians. Weeks went by when Francel de Leon appeared at the studio. Requirement. While at the back room of the studio, Francel sang a melody, which immediately caught Whey's attention. He went to the back room to take a look at who was singing, surprised to find it was Francel, whom he knew well. Whey talked to Francel and offered her the position of vocalist, which she accepted. By this time, Whey had a better idea of what he wanted for his band. He needed another vocalist. With Francel having joined Maldita, Whey sought her opinion regarding who could take up the position. Without any hesitation, she mentioned 2009 Miss Teen Zamboanga Demz Espinosa, a friend and a great singer. With both Francel and Demz at the studio and fully committed to Maldita, they started to study the initial material. The decision was immediately made to record Porque, since some band members were not yet finalized. With the assistance of RB Bandiola, the song Porque became reality. Whey, Francel, and Demz started recording Porque. During one of the break hours, Whey was chatting with James, an old friend. James told Whey that he wanted to be the bassist for the band, which Whey accepted without hesitation. A few days later, inside the studio, Whey with RB started to brainstorm about an arrangement for a song. Later, both RB and Whey agreed that RB would be Maldita's lead guitarist. With Whey as the rhythm guitarist, Maldita's composition as a band was considered complete. Recording sessions went on as scheduled. By coincidence, Jesser Sisson, an old acquaintance of Whey, dropped by to drop off his keyboard. Whey, aware of Jesser's ability as a musician, thought of a part for Jesser in the song being recorded at that moment. With some discussions and rearrangement of some portions of the song, Jesser laid down some keyboard parts for the song and became the keyboard player and final member of Maldita. Things developed quickly within and outside the band. Whey decided to release the first single, Porqué, through several FM radio stations, initially in Zamboanga City. Michael Tordesillas, Maldita's drummer, was offered a job. At the band's pre-album launch mini in Tabangan, Maldita transitioned from Michael Tordesillas to Mad Nuppin on drums during a cover of My Heart by Paramore. Manila 2010-2011. After uploading Porqué to YouTube, the unexpected happened. A local radio put the track on rotation. A Manila-based Zamboanga composer Geraldine Therese Lim was among those who heard it on the radio. Lim was in the city scouting for local talent. Lim couldn't get the song out of her head and immediately translated it into Tagalog. Lim said she later browsed the internet and found Francel and Demz singing it. She immediately contacted them. It was Lim, through the help of her close friend Pia Santiago, who opened the door for the band to get a contract. But even before they could start recording, bad news came. Francel had to leave because she was a candidate for cum laude. Thus Maldita's final lineup is Whey, Demz, drummer Mohamed Rida Nubhin, bassist Jimmy Tristan Ong, and lead guitarist Renever Bandiola. Maldita 2011. In 2011, the band signed a record distribution deal and released their first full-length album, titled Maldita, under Viva Records. The album featured the hit song, Porqué, along with its Tagalog version, Back It. As UNICA 2012 present, according to their Twitter account, Maldita will be renamed as UNICA and will release their second album after. UNICA Disband. According to their Facebook account, UNICA has disbanded the next day of their last performance on November 24, 2015. Discography. Maldita 2011 Tulia Ro, Salosa, Kima, Sayo, Yo Lang Era, Kahala Na, Yahado, Sana, Bakit, Ayoko na Sayo, Crossroads, Porqué, Chavalog version TBA 2012.